Hi, everyone. It's Chris, and I'm coming to you again from Discovery Church with another weekly devotion based on our current series, Now What? And this week on Sunday morning, Andy taught on communion. And we've been teaching out of Acts chapter 2, verses 43 through 47. So what I'd like to do today is look at chapter 2, verse 42 of Acts and verse 46 and do a little comparison and contrast here. So let's read. Verse 42 of chapter 2 in the book of Acts reads as this: All the believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship and to sharing meals, including the Lord's Supper and to prayer. Now, verse 46 reads like this: They worshiped together at the temple each day, met in homes for the Lord's Supper, and shared their meals with great joy and generosity. And so the Greek word shared their meals in verse 42 is exactly what Andy talked about on Sunday. It literally means to break bread. So one of the regular habits of this new church, this new family, this new ecclesia that God birthed in the book of Acts was they regularly gathered together and broke bread and had communion, had the Lord's Supper. They regularly remembered what Jesus had done for them. They did this in homes. They did this throughout the week. It wasn't like you and I think of gathering where we're talking about a certain day at a certain time in a certain building. No, it was much more organic than that. They would meet on Tuesdays or Thursdays or Wednesdays. You know, it wasn't all about the time. It was about the community. And remember, Andy said one of the words for fellowship is the word communion. It was the koinonia together that the church had and broke bread. Now, in verse 46, it reads, They met in homes for the Lord's Supper and shared meals with great joy and generosity. There, that phrase in the Greek, it means if you were to see somebody lacking and you gave them a portion of what you had. It means that not only did they share meals communally, they looked and saw the needs of people around them and shared with them. And so this is the picture I want you to get. The two common practices of the first century church, this new ecclesia, this new family that God birthed, the two common practices were the gathered church, the coming together, sharing meals, breaking bread, receiving communion, and the sent church, the going out, seeing needs, sharing and meeting those needs. Now, here's the great thing about that situation, that commonality that they had. They were not reliant on the organization of church to make these things happen. So what I want you to get is this. I don't want us to use the organization of church as either an excuse or a catalyst on why we do or don't gather and or send. What I mean is this. Discovery shouldn't have to, our programming shouldn't have to create opportunities for you to gather. You should just gather because you are part of God's family. Discovery shouldn't have to create events to send you. You should send because you are part of God's family. And I just want to encourage you to be the gathered ecclesia, to be the sent ecclesia. Break bread and share with great joy and generosity. I hope you have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you soon. God bless you.